Hi Cancer, welcome to your weekly reading for July 12th through the 18th. We're going to take a look at the person on your mind. We're going to see what their feelings and intentions are with you this week. We're going to see what their next steps are going to be. We're also going to see if there's anything hidden or something that you don't know that you should know, and we'll get you some advice at the end. Let's just jump right in for Cancer, please. Who is the person on Cancer's mind? I'm not going to take those because they're not face up. Your messages, please, for Cancer. Okay, Cancer, for the person on your mind this week, you get the Magician. Let's see what the rest looks like here. Okay, Cancer. For the person on your mind this week, you get the Magician. This is showing up not in the sense of like someone who is, you know, good at their craft or manifesting the reality of their dreams. This is showing up to me like someone who's more of an illusionist, somebody who is putting on an act, but we'll see, we'll get into it, we'll clarify everything. For your situation, you get the Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is deceit. The Seven of Swords is someone trying to get away with something. That's crossed by the Star. Some sort of guidance is needed here. There seems to be like almost like a future faking thing happening where somebody's like, I'll give you the world, and you're like, that sounds great, I'll take it. But it's not genuine. Their feelings towards you this week, Cancer, is the Ten of Wands. That's somebody who's carrying a heavy load, somebody who feels burdened or obligated in a sense. Their intentions is the Seven of Pentacles. They're taking stock, they're looking around, seeing where they've gotten so far and how much further they can get. Their next steps is the Seven of Cups that talks about having lots of choices, having a lot of different pots to piss in. It could also speak to wearing rose-colored glasses, but we'll see. For what you may not know, you have the Death card. Something needs to come to an end. There's something that's waiting for you to end something so something new can come in. And your advice is the Five of Swords, which is not to put up with something. So let's just see here. We're going to clarify your person first. Tell me about why is the Magician here for Cancer's person? Tell me more about the Magician, please. The Magician can be a little bit of an opportunist when given the opportunity. The Magician is clarified with the Ace of Pentacles, the Hangman, and the Strength card. Yeah, this is giving me like snake in the grass vibes. It's like someone is waiting for the perfect opportunity to come in and insert a little thing into your life, or a little opinion, or a little idea. It's like they're waiting for the perfect time to come. This is like, on a less deceitful level, this is like when you really want something from your parents when you're a kid, and you're like, well, I'm not going to ask them now because they just had a fight and they're in a bad mood, so I'll wait until after Mom gets home from the hair salon, because she's always in a good mood then, and then I'll strike and I get what I want from her. So that's how your person is showing up this week. The situation does not look honest. Let's clarify the Seven of Swords for the potential situation for Cancer this week. We get the Queen of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the World. Cancer, this could be something that your person, or you, the roles can be reversed, has been engaged in that you don't know about. There's been some sort of secret that's been withheld. Maybe it's not a secret. You know, I hate when people say it's not a lie because I didn't lie about anything. It's like, well, you omitted a lot of information that would have been helpful. This is kind of like that. And it seems like it was done to protect you in some way. So they don't feel like they're like, yeah, it was wrong, but I did it for Cancer's own good. And that might be coming to an end this week, whatever that is. I don't know what that is. You're being challenged to find your own guidance here. You're being challenged to see the light. You might be dealing with an Aquarius. You also have a lot of Mercury energy. Mercury's retrograde. That's when a lot of things kind of come out of the woodwork that you weren't expecting. Clarify the star for the challenge. You get the Six of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, this has to do with your stability. This has to do with your security, right? This is like, if you, Cancer, were to discover something that was being hidden from you, this is saying that you're being challenged to do what's best for you in this situation. It's, you know, whenever there's like a deception or a secret that's figured out, for me, I go into like super investigator mode. I need to know everything. I want all of the facts. I don't want you to leave anything out, even like especially the worst parts. And this is kind of telling you not to do that. Like, don't even bother. Just stay in your body, which is really hard to do when there's a lot going on in your mind, and move away from it. So, and that's how you're going to gain clarity, is moving away from it, not going further into it, right? Why is the Ten of Wands Cancer's person's feelings this week? They feel extremely obligated. They feel like they're carrying a lot. It seems like they're trying to get something off their back. Why is the Ten of Wands here? You have the Two of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, they're feeling like very burdened about whatever it is they're not telling you. I don't know if this is a third-party situation, Cancer. I hope not, but it does look like, you know, they're contemplating, should they just walk away from this? Or maybe this is you, right? But somebody's really, really questioning if they should walk away, if this serves them anymore, if this is benefiting them. That's the illusionist talking, right? Like, what does this do for me? Let's look at their intentions as the Seven of Pentacles, as clarified with the Four of Wands, the Four of Cups, and the King of Cups. You know, there's love here. I do think this person has love for you, but it kind of seems like you guys aren't getting your needs met. Like, people can only meet you where they are. And it's easy to say, like, yeah, I need consistency in a relationship, or I need clear communication in a relationship, especially at the beginning, because everyone's like, yeah, totally, I'm here for all that. And then over time, we kind of start to see where people's limitations are, what they're capable of, what they have the capacity for. And it looks like that's what you're dealing with here this week. Why is the Seven of Cups Cancer's person's next steps towards them? Clarify the Seven of Cups. Get the Judgment card, the Queen of Wands, and the Devil. Your person's making some really poor choices. Your person, it kind of like wants their cake and eat it too, or however that phrase goes. They don't see, they feel like they're being limited in some way, and they're trying to break out of that, but they're not being limited. They're limiting themselves. And, you know, I don't feel good about this at all. Their next steps towards you. It seems like they have something that they need to get off their back, and they're coming towards you, maybe with the intention to do that. I don't think so, but it seems like it's more like they're trying to figure out how to keep this going in some way, how to convince you that there's nothing happening here. Yeah, this, you know what this is? This is gaslighting. Cancer. They're trying to tell you that you can't trust your own intuition, that you can't trust what you're feeling. That's what they want you to believe. What's hidden here is the Death card. What's hidden is something needs to go. If you guys are going to come together and sort this out in any way, whatever's happening here needs to come out into the open, and then this version of the relationship needs to die. And then something new can come about. But otherwise, this can't go on like this. Clarify Death, please, for what Cancer doesn't know. You get the Three of Wands, the Chariot, and the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, you need to make a plan. You need to make a plan of what to do here if shit does hit the fan. This is almost like pack a go bag. You know what a go bag is, Cancer? It's like when there's an emergency, like say there's not a typhoon, what's the other one? A tsunami. There's a tsunami warning, and those, I don't live in an area where there are tsunamis, but I think you get like a little bit of a heads up, a couple hours heads up, and they're like, pack it, go bag, get everything that you need as far as like your medication, a change of clothes, whatever your overnight necessities are, and just have it by the door, ready to bounce if you have to go like in a split second. And that's kind of what is hidden here, that's something that you need to know. Your advice for this week is the Five of Swords. Your advice is conflict. Create the conflict? That's not typically good advice. Let's see. That's clarified with the Seven of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, and the Nine of Swords. Yeah, this is straight up telling you to fight back. And I don't mean physically, by any means. If there's any physical confrontation, you know, that's to be avoided. But this is saying, like, you know, you have this information now. You see it coming, whether you have the potential to see it coming now. And just be ready for it. Don't be manipulated. Don't allow someone to keep you up at night, to stress you out when you're trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Like, just know when things feel off to such an extent, then something is off. You know, our anxiety can make things a lot bigger than they are, but when it comes to interpersonal relationships where there's been some time and you see patterns and you can tell when something is off, you got to trust that something is off. You can't just take other people's words for it, and especially if their words are confusing you further. Don't allow yourself to be confused. Know that the confusion itself is enough information. Does that make sense? Anyways, Cancer, this is what I have, and I will see you next week. Bye.